friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mitzi, aka the Loopy Scientist, and in today's video we are going to be continuing to market prep and also participating in a crochet challenge. So my friend Tori over at the Whimsical Goblin. My friend Tori over at the Whimsical Goblin. Oh my goodness. My friend Tori over at the Whimsical Goblin has these monthly crochet alongs or monthly challenges for people. I think it started back in October or September or so of last year, where them and a group of friends were getting together to host these challenges where people kind of make teams and try to complete all of the patterns on a list of free patterns that they compile. And this month I'm actually co-hosting that challenge with them. So this is all kind of spring-based patterns, or you get this long list of patterns and you and your team need to try to complete all of those patterns within the given month. So in April, we've got a spring challenge going on, and all of these patterns are free on Instagram. We just kind of compile them all in one place. And by we, I mean Tori. They did all of the hard work behind the scenes. And I'm just along for the ride and happy to be here. So once you've gotten the list, then you can choose 2 patterns at a time. And once you complete those 2 patterns, then you can choose 2 more patterns to complete. The first 2 patterns that I chose were Stella the Mini Stackable Toad by Woodland Wool Crochet, and also a little rainbow pattern. It's just basically a crocheted rainbow that I'm going to put on a keychain by Susori Studios. And so those are the 2 patterns that I'm going to work on at first. I actually, in a previous video, I made a couple of those stackable toads already, and that's why I chose them for the pattern. That's why I chose them for the challenge at this point in time, because I've already made it and I know that I can make it quickly. So we're going to go ahead and start off with that, with this green color. The others that I made were kind of these fun colors, so I want to make more that are just more frog-like colors. So we're going to start with this. I think this is the color, if I remember correctly, it's like agave or something from Sweet Snuggles Light or Chanel Home Slim or whatever, but they have an equivalent color in Premier Parfait Plush now. I'm not sure if that color is back in Sweet Snuggles Light. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do that one. If we can, I might try to make both of those patterns tonight and go ahead and claim 2 more. That way I can just continue this challenge. I'm also going to be doing other types of market prep as time goes on in this video, but I think I'm going to start with those because I already know the 2 patterns that I want to make, and they should be pretty simple. So let's go ahead and get started. I gotta make this quick because my phone is at 10%. It's about to die because I filmed that entire process. Not even sure if I got good footage or not. I'll have to look back at it and you'll either see it before this or you won't. But anyways, my phone is about to die, so just wanted to check in. I finished this guy. So frog is done. I am now going to move on to the rainbow. I think I can make it tonight, but you probably won't see it until later. Just wanted to check in with that. All right, I will see you guys in a bit. All right, it's a couple days later, and that night I finished this frog, and I think I showed y'all this. And then I went and I finished the rainbow as well. The rainbow had a bunch of color changes, and I think the construction was different than what I was thinking it was going to be, but I still really enjoyed the pattern. It's a little bit bigger than I expected it to be. I did end up adding one of these little lobster claw clips on it. But I think if I make it again, I'll probably make it in a smaller yarn. This was in Premier Parfait Plush / Sweet Snuggles Light, but I think I would make it in... I don't have a lot of Parfait Chunky or anything, but I have been considering getting Parfait Chunky just so I have a consistent stock of a smaller chenille yarn that I know has a lot of different colors. Because previously I had, I think I've mentioned this before, but previously I had Posh and Baby Bear, but then once Joann's went out of business and it got moved to Michael's, I realized that I don't really love Posh as much as I thought I did before. I prefer the like softer feel of Baby Bear, and Baby Bear has more pastel colors, so I think I'm considering just doing Premier Parfait Chunky in the future if I want like a smaller chenille yarn. But I don't know, I haven't fully decided yet, but I think this is still like an okay size. I personally wouldn't put it on a keychain. I would maybe put it on a bag, but it's always an option. It depends on how big you like your keychains. But yeah, so I have these two done. Before I continue on with the challenge, I actually have a custom order to make. One of my friends would like me to make a keychain size version of their... One of my friends would like me to make a keychain size version of their bird. And I will put a picture of the bird up on the screen, probably right here. It is, she's a very sweet bird. I love her very much. She is just a lot of different colors. So I was originally going to do it for Valentine's Day, but it wasn't enough notice. So now I'm making it for her husband's birthday. And so I'll put a picture up of the bird here, but it's a lot of different colors. And I was struggling to find a yarn that is small enough to use for a keychain of a bird that's a lot of different colors, because they want it to be made in like acrylic yarn or something smaller, a smaller type of yarn, and make it like a mini keychain. So I found this yarn. Unfortunately, I had to go to Amazon to find it, but I found this 100% cotton yarn. It's called Mini Cottony. It's the only place that I could really find a size 3 yarn in a lot of different colors. I went to Michael's and I couldn't find anything. I tried looking online and I still couldn't find anything. So I just had to go to Amazon and I found this yarn. We'll see how it works out. I have some like mini skeins of like Yarnspiration acrylic yarn as well, and I thought maybe those would work, but I don't think I have the right colors in it for most of the colors. So this is what we're going to go with. The head of the bird is kind of this beigeish color, and she's got like little streaks of other colors in there. I don't think I'm going to be able to accomplish that with color changes, and I think embroidery will look a little bit strange. So I'm just going to make the head completely in this kind of beigeish color. And then the wings are a green color, and that's the color that I was struggling with the most to find, honestly. Like I couldn't find a good green color in this pack of this cotton yarn. This green color came with it, but I still think that it's too dark. So I'm gonna try it with this acrylic green color and see how it turns out. So this is the green that I'm gonna be using, and then she's got kind of like a yellow chest, and so this is the color that I'm going to be using for that. And then she's got a patch of this orangish pinkish color, and I was going back and forth between these two colors for the patch, and ultimately I think it is probably between these two colors, but I'm gonna go with this more pinkish color. And the tail is also the same color, and she's got like a tiny little streak of blue in that as well, and I found this blue that's kind of similar to that. So I'm gonna see if I can change the color to make this blue streak. If not, I think that this should be sufficient. So I need to find a pattern for this bird. I think I found one already, I just haven't purchased it, so I need to find it again, get the pattern, and try to make it. I have about a week, so if these colors end up not working out, I think I can I'll just add it to like my market pile, and I will just play around with the colors a little bit more at that point. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to find a pattern and start working on this. Hopefully it should work up pretty quickly. It's a mini size bird in a small yarn, so hopefully it won't take too long, but let's go ahead and try to find this. All right, we are back. All right, so it's a few days later, and I have finished, maybe it's the next day. Well, I have finished this little keychain, this bird keychain. It was definitely an experience. I don't know if you can, maybe I'll insert a picture because I don't know if you're going to be able to see it super well here. Hello. So this keychain is itty bitty, if you can't tell. I think that the green color worked out really well with this yarn. They were about the same size. The color changes were not my favorite thing in the whole entire world, because with this tiny little body, with all of the color changes I had to make, at some point I was changing from, like, I changed from this gray color to this green color to this yellow color, and then I changed green, yellow to this like pinkish orangish color multiple times as I was like coming down this thing, and it was a lot, y'all. I was having so much trouble seeing where the ends of all of my yarn was, and like trying to like secure the colors and also stuff the bird. It was kind of a pain, but we got it done, and it's a really tiny little keychain, and I think it's really cute. I think this solidified that I just don't love doing amigurumi with non-plush yarn. Just simply for the fact that you have more space to work in a bigger yarn. But I think the end result was still pretty cute. I wish you could see it better, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Yeah, but it's itty bitty, and it's done a week ahead of time too. So I am happy to have that over with. And now we can get back to our challenge. So I have two more patterns, two more patterns that I am going to be working on now, that I have finished the first two patterns. So let me pull up what they are because I forgot. Give me a second. So next I am going to be working on this Dumpling the Market Kitty pattern by I'm going to be working on Dumpling the Market Kitty pattern by Stitch and Snuggle Crochet. And this crochet flower free pattern and YouTube tutorial by, I don't know if it's Keela's Crochets or Kayla's Crochets. Either way, I will put both of the links to these patterns down in the description, as I always do, and maybe pop it up on the screen here. So I think that the flower pattern would make a really good keychain, and since I'm market prepping, I think keychains are going to be really good things to market prep. So I am going to start with the flower pattern, I think, and then I'm going to make this little dumpling kitty. While I do like the loaf kitties because they're such a simple pattern and they seem to sell well, I feel like everyone has the loaf kitties. So if I like this pattern, maybe I'll start making these instead because they're really cute and it's kind of a different shape than the other loaf kitties of the world. So I, of course, will pop up a picture of it here. So for the flower pattern, we are going to need a center color and then an outside color. I think I want to make a sunflower. So let's look at what we have. Let me see how big the pattern is because I'm wondering if I can make... Yeah, I think it should be small enough for me to be able to make it in Premier Parfait Plush and still have it be small enough for a keychain. If not, I'll just put one of the bigger clips on it and maybe it'll just be like a bag charm or something. But, or we could make it into like a car hanger situation. Although, like, I'm kind of conflicted when it comes to car hangers because I don't think that they're legal here in Texas technically, and I don't know. I just feel kind of strange about making them. I think they're really cute though. There's a lot of really cute car hanger patterns, especially the like little dudes on swings or like little hanging animals or like even the like crochet plants and stuff. I think that they're so cute for car hangers. I just always feel very conflicted of like whether or not I should include car hangers in my inventory. But I guess I could include whatever I want and then whatever they use it for, that's kind of not on me. I don't know. But maybe I could just have them be, you know, a chain and then the person can decide what they do with it. If they want to put it on the bag or if they want to put it as that, you know? I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying though? Anyways, so I'm gonna probably use Premier Parfait Plush for this, and then I think I could also use Posh because I have that brown and then that yellow, but I think the yellow might be a little bit too light from what I'm looking for. I think the yellow would be fine. Maybe the yellow and the white for like a daisy, but for a sunflower, I want it to be more of a gold, which I think that Premier Parfait Plush is probably my best bet for that. So I'm gonna work on that, and then I'm also gonna make the dumpling kitty, and I think the dumpling kitty I'm probably just gonna make in... For the loaf cats, I had made them in dollar store or the Dollar Tree's Premier, I think it's like Premier Basics chenille. No, that's not right. Not Basics. Whatever the Premier Dollar Tree yarn is. Just chenille. I made it in Dollar Tree Just Chenille yarn because it's pretty good with a magic ring and it's kind of a smaller yarn. So and they have some of the like more speckly colors that you can use for like cats and chickens and stuff. So I'm probably going to use that. I haven't decided exactly what color, but I have a couple there. I have that like brown and white one, or maybe like a dark gray or something. I'll let y'all know what I end up deciding there. But I think that this is a cute little like small cat pattern. Okay, so I'm gonna get started on that. Hopefully it won't take me too long. The car or the flower pattern honestly looks like it's so short. so it shouldn't take me very long at all. So I will check back in with you guys in a second. I'm on literally round 3 of this pattern. Can you see up my nose? Anyways, I'm on round 3 of this pattern, and look at this. There's already a freaking factory knot here. I'm like, I don't know, 18 stitches in. Look at that. Are you for real? All right, we are back, and I finished the car charm, or not the car charm, what am I saying? I finished the sunflower, and I decided to just add a little chain to it. People can decide what they want to do. I thought it was too big for a keychain, in my opinion. It's basically the size of my palm. So, what's up, baby bug? So yeah, I thought it was a bit too big for a keychain, so I think it could make a cute little bag charm. Basically just, I don't know, put it on like the strap of your bag and then just loop this through. Yeah, like obviously not this type of bag, but just like kind of loop it through on like a purse or a bag or something, and then just use it as a bag charm. I think that would look really cute. So that's that, and it ended up only using, it's 11 grams total of both the gold and the brown. That's including the chain on here. And it took me maybe 20 minutes to make, like not very long at all. And then I made the little dumpling kitty. It is so cute and so tiny. I embroidered the eyes on it. I'm not the best at embroidering eyes, so that did take me a little while. But overall, I think it came out super cute. And I think if I hadn't embroidered the eyes, it still would have taken me, maybe 30 minutes or so. So not terrible. And it came out really small. I think that this could be a good small item for markets for sure. And it's a little bit different from the loaf cats. Like it has like a little bit more shape to it. You see how it like kind of curves in, and then it doesn't have any feet, but you just kind of, like, that's super cute, don't you think? So overall, really like both of these patterns. I did end up using just chenille in the like brown speckle color for this, and this took 12 grams of yarn, and it was 17 grams total at the end. So not huge, and it still uses up a good amount of yarn. I think it could be a good project for scrap yarn for sure. I still have a good amount of that just chenille left from the dollar store. So yeah, very cute. Cute little dude. Okay, so moving on, we have another 2 patterns to claim for this challenge. I've done 4 so far, and let me see how many. I really recommend, if you haven't done any of the Whimsical Goblins crochet alongs, you don't have to finish the full thing, obviously, but it is a good little challenge to do, and they put a lot of effort into finding patterns for people to make. So it's like a really good list to work off of. And you get like a nice little community from it because you can build teams. This month they started basically adding people to a Discord, and then you can build teams in there. So you really do meet a lot of new people. Like even in the past couple of days, like I've met a ton of new people that I didn't know before. So overall, I really love just the idea of this challenge. And obviously, like, one person, you can't really be expected to complete all 88 patterns, but maybe if you find some people to team up with in that month, then you might complete all 88. But it's a good little challenge, and it's a good way of community building, which I have really enjoyed. So let me see what the next pattern should be. There's some patterns on here that I've already made. As I said before, like I had already made the little frog pattern, so I just made another one, and I know that I like that pattern, but there's couple of patterns on here, even from like friends of mine and stuff that either I tested or I've made before. So let me see. I think I'm gonna make some little chicks. There are some little chicks by, let me see. They're called Baby Sprout Ducks by Mellow Stitches Co. I think I'm gonna make those. They look pretty simple and they look like they'll be cute little market makes. So I think I'm gonna make that. And then the other pattern, yeah, I think I'm gonna make this mini mandrake pattern by Wicked Stitches Crochet as well. It looks pretty simple as well, so, and it's very cute. And that'll give me something like more plant-like that's not just a pot with a plant in it. The thing that like I don't love sewing, I'm not gonna lie. So if I can avoid it, I will. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do the mandrake pattern and the what was the other pattern that I said? Oh yeah, the mini chicks and the mandrake pattern. And I don't think that I'm gonna have time to finish them tonight. It's 10:30 and I am just waiting for my husband to tell me when I need to go get him because he's at a baseball game right now. And I have a feeling it's gonna be soon. So I don't think that I'm gonna finish them tonight, but I will check in when I have an update. Hello again. It's like 3 days later, and I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot what the patterns were that I was going to work on. I was actually filming, the last thing that I was filming was the day before Easter, and then it was Easter, and then I didn't do anything yesterday because I just needed to just chill out for a night and do absolutely nothing. So we are back today. It is Tuesday night, and I need to figure out what the patterns were. I remember one of them being a mandrake, so I think we're going to need some brown yarn for that and maybe green, but I forgot what the other one was, not going to lie. So let me go check. Do y'all remember? Put it in the comments if you remember. You saw it probably 10 seconds before you remember. I don't remember. Oh, okay. The little like sprout chick pattern. Okay. I'm remembering now. Okay, so the sprout chick and the mandrake. All right. I think we're going to make the mandrake first. It looks pretty easy. And then the sprout chick afterwards. They both actually look pretty easy, so we should be able to complete them pretty easily. Let me grab the yarn. Well, I have you here. So let's just go ahead and grab the yarn together. I need a brown yarn and a green yarn for the mandrake. Brown and green. And they're pretty small. So, which I have, the closest I have is this, which I have in both Parfait Plush and in Chanel Home Slim, which actually this cake is going to my friend Mariah, so I can't use that anyways. I have the other one, but there's not really a brown that I like in these. How sad. Hold on. Oh. Let me just use Baby Bear. I feel like this is a good brown. I'm just going to use Baby Bear, and probably it's going to be itty bitty. It's going to be so small. But I have a green in this as well somewhere. I have this like sage green color, but I don't know how much I like that. I want like a more leafy green. Maybe I can use this Parfait Premier Chunky, whatever, Parfait Chunky that I have. I hate this green. It's so rough. But wait, no, this isn't. I don't know what yarn this is. This isn't the Rough Premier Parfait Chunky. This is the Rough Premier Parfait Chunky. Hate it. Hate it. Terrible skein. But, I actually don't know what this is, but maybe I'll use this. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. I thought I had a green. in Posh? How did I make that turtle? Whatever. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna make that. See you soon. Done. Decided on the next two. It's going to be a mini octopus and a pocket frog. I'll stick the patterns up here. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on them. I think I can finish them both tonight, and maybe we can choose another pattern. Alright, so I actually did end up finishing those two patterns that night that I was, the night that I said that I would. I just didn't film after I finished them, but I ended up making them in the same color. So I made them in this kind of like tealish color from, I don't remember if it's Sweet Syllables Light or Chenille Home Slim, whichever one of the two. And then I made the frog in the same color just because I still had it. I have like 12 grams of that yarn left. This used about 12 grams of yarn, so I don't think that I have enough for more, but that's okay. Okay, so in this video, we managed to finish I think 8 patterns. Yeah, we managed to finish 8 patterns, and I would say out of the 8 patterns that I tried, this one I had tried before, and by before I mean like literally the week before, and I love it. Great pattern, highly recommend. I haven't tried the full size version of this, but at least this mini version, great pattern, love it. Go make it, they're wonderful. And I also really actually like this flower pattern a lot more than I thought that I would. I usually don't love like non-amigurumi things, but I liked this, how quick and easy it was, and I feel like it's customizable, and this would make like a really cute little purse charm, I think. So I thought that this was a really cute pattern, and it turned out a bit bigger than I was expecting, so I wouldn't use this as a keychain. At least me personally, I wouldn't use this as a keychain, but if someone wants to use it as a keychain, you can do the same thing, kind of loop that around in your existing keyring, and it would work fine there as well. So I really like that pattern. And then I also really like this cat pattern. It was a bit more involved than the typical like mini little loaf cats, but I really love the shape of it and how this tail sticks out and how it just kind of sits in your hand like this. Like, look at how cute that is. And I know that I said that I don't really embroider eyes, but the more that I look at this cat, the more I like these embroidered eyes. So I think this would be a really good pattern for markets, and I would price it at probably the same that I would price a loaf cat. So great pattern, highly recommend. And then overall, I mean, I had made this little frog pattern before. I know that I like it. It's not my favorite, but it's good. It's a good pattern. I really like this octopus as well. I think that this would make a really nice like low price item, especially with embroidered eyes that like little babies could grab and take, and it would kind of go in a bin with other, you know, grab and go sort of items. So I really enjoyed making this pattern. I think I'll make a couple of more before my next market. And then these two were really nice to work with as well. But overall, my top 3 patterns, I think, from this, at least from the new ones that I tried, I would say are these 3 patterns. The cat, the octopus, and the flower. You can make whatever type of flower you want from this, and you don't need to have this. You can have a keyring, you can have a longer chain, make it a car hanger, things like that. But these are my top 3 patterns. I think I'm going to make a lot of these for my next events, but that's where we will end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment down below what your favorite market make is. I'm always on the hunt for new market makes, so please let me know what patterns you like to make for markets. And yeah, that will be it for this week's video, you guys. Stay looping, my friends, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!